Hi, welcome to 282 Gig Smokeout Session, Southern Smoke Edition, hands-on NFV Lab. My name is Jonathan. Alongside me is my 7-year-old boy Abdul Kadir, who is very passionate with programmable IT and robotic engineering. We apologize beforehand for any interesting noise on the background, which may happen now and then during recording. Feel free to connect with us on the following URL shown on the screen. While anyone and everyone can easily follow along, which is the entire intention of creating this whole video, I will highly recommend you take a moment and pause this video so that you can answer the question in front of your screen. In case of any gaps, kindly do some research before proceeding. If you find okay, let's roll the plant and get loud and the party is going on. I got the 7-year-old with me, you know what I mean? So yeah, on the weirdest definition of NFV, I'll say it's NFV equals visualization. That's the loudest word that you can hear out there, right? Visualization. Of course, that's what it is. What happens is way back in the days we used to have these standalone appliances which they would run on appliances like this one. But what has happened recently is we just visualize these whatever the appliance would run here, and then we just get the software, and then that software will run on a standard x86 or MD64 platform as a virtual host, and then virtual by doing that, and then you have actual visualize whatever that it could be, maybe a P router, a C router, being an SGSA node, and so forth and so forth. I mean, think about it way back in the days when we had this Legends equipment like this one. This should be very familiar. But nowadays we just run a software that runs on top of this in a standard x86 or AMD64 platform, and then voila, you have got your voice going on there. Your communication platform is up and running. The same apply to different kind of appliances. It could be a gateway, it could be a CE router, IP router that will essentially visualize here, and voila, we are good to go. So we can highly argue like most of these vendors now, they are more concentrating on developing software that can run on any standard x86 or MD64 platforms. I debate it's loud enough, so now we can get it cracking. Let's get our hands dirty and do the funny stuff. I need to connect onto the main visualization box that we will be working on. So let me, I will be using Party, by the way. So, and it's free. You can just go ahead and download it if you don't have. Alright, so I will log on to .2, that is. So this is our main visualization box. If I can bring the terminal right here, this is our main visualization box. It's going to host all the virtual machines. So I will log in as the user read, and the password of course is read 123 as from the previous videos. Alright, so once I'm here, I will SU. I need to SU so that we can have more and more fun, and the password of course is read 123. Now let's just go ahead and explore the networking of this box, how we've set the networking interfaces and stuff. So I'll just do ifconfig here, and as we can see, we just have it's only one interface really that has been configured here, which we are working on. It's this one, ETH1, but what we have done is just create this bridge. So this is the main interface now going to the LAN. It's at bridge 0, and then bridge 2 and up to bridge 6 they are all VLANs, as you can see there. So there is nothing fancy. So if I go ahead and network interface, right? So let's just go ahead and explore the way I've set it all up, right? So this is, again, this is my main interface that it makes it possible to communicate to the other cloud or the main cloud, because it's a cloud on cloud. I got cloud on cloud, and and these are the VLANs. As you can see, they are all attached to this particular interface. So they are all attached to that particular interface there. So that's the only main interface that I have at this stage. At least I'm utilizing that. The box has got a couple of other interfaces, but we will only be working on one particular interface, which is ETH1. So again, I come here presuming that you only have one particular network interface that you want to utilize it onto the rest of your cloud within your environment. So just to draw it out for you, what I really want to do here is I will have a Viata router down here, which is actually connected to the bridge zero. The bridge zero is actually the cloud, the other private public cloud kind of. This private cloud, public cloud, it connects me to the rest of other clouds and clouds. So it's basically clouds. If I can echo that back a couple of times, makes it cool, right? All right. So we're gonna have some routers going on here and some other routers connected up to there, right? So this is basically it. We're gonna run some voice boxes here. So we will do some voice boxes over here, you see, and maybe these voice boxes we want also to be available in this public private cloud somehow, right? That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. So you can imagine these boxes that are connected to the LAN, of course, which is a virtual LAN. How about that for tackling back, right? And this is also connected to the virtual LAN. And here maybe there's also another virtual LAN. It's virtual, man. Come on, you get the point. All right, so let's move on and make it happen, right? So yeah. Now to make this happen, since we've seen what we have in our disposal, is just to go ahead and yeah, move on. So I will close this now that we know where we need to put stuff. Now first thing first, we need to create a container whereby we will actually go ahead and put all the or dispose all the virtual machines, hard drives and stuff, right? And also the image that we'll be using. So the Viata images needs to be somewhere. So let's just go ahead and do that quickly. So the location that I want to put the images and stuff, it will be this one, okay? And the location that I want is that one, and this is I want it to be 10 GB, and I want it to place right there, right? So there we go. Okay, so we have got it in place. Now we can jump straight into the installation. Okay, what I'm really doing is just specify this the location, the RAM, the location of the disk, yeah, the location of the CD-ROM. Now you must have gone and download the the ISO image from Viata. Then you can just place it there. So for me, I will go ahead and actually place it on that particular directory. So let me just log in. I'm using this Winscape, which is also free. You can just go ahead and download it from the internet, yeah, so that we can connect to the box. And sorry, this is the username now. Username that should be, I will log in as root, and the password is going to be weed123, and this is the host that I'm logged on to, so I should be there momentarily. Yep. Okay, so right, and now I need to go to locate the place where I want to put to preserve the image. So this is it. This is where we want to place the iOS image, that is, which we have actually downloaded from Brocade. Alright, so I will go ahead and look for the location that is on my local computer. on my laptop, that is. So I will go ahead and do the following. I will go to the download here, which is on my local laptop now. Just tap this one here, and I'll go straight to Viata. Alright, so I'll go to, I'm locating the Viata image, that is. So let's just do this quickly. If I can find it, I got lots of stuff happening here. Okay, so Viata is right here, and this is the image that I want. For sure, I will just go ahead and drag it like that, and this is the location where I want to place it, and I'll hit OK. And now it's copying. This will take a minute or two, so I'll go ahead and place on pause. Alright, now I have it in place. It's right there, as you can see. So we will just go ahead now and utilize that particular image once we have it there. So I will minimize this one, and now I should be able to specify this image here, just like that. Yep. For the networking, we need to have at least 4 network cards, right? So we will start with this one, which is going to give us connectivity to the rest of the clouds within the cloud, if that makes sense. Anyway, whatever. And now we go with bridge 1, and this will also be a local significance for this particular host. And then I will also add a second interface, which this one is going to be bridge 2. Alright, remember, I'm only working on VLANs here, so I've got 3, one more to go. So this is going to be the third one. So yeah, you get the point in a few minutes or so. Yeah. And now we have got that. So we have got 4 interfaces, which is cool. And now we just need to enable the graphic console so that we can use VNC. We just need to enable the VNC now. Okay, and start the installation. Yep. Now if I go ahead and connect with VNC, we should can start VNC. If we should start VNC, let me bring my VNC here. I go to options, check, just double check to see whether everything is right. Okay, I have it at 100%. That's fine. Let's try it out. I'll hit connect. Alright. I have the wrong IP address. In fact, I didn't look for the IP address. Let's just do that again. Come down here. This is actual, should be 2. I'll hit connect, and yeah, it's coming up here. Now don't worry about this, because we just boot with live CD. So I'll log in as user Viata. Alright, once I'm here, I'll just specify the default password of Viata. Alright, and we should be in, and as you can see, licenses disabled live CD. That's okay. And if I do show version, it should reveal that we are working on live CD. So yeah, we need to fix some few issues because we can't do much with license being disabled and also working with live CD. It's not that fun, right? So we need to go ahead and install this image local. So to do that, I'll just say install image, and this is going to be installed on the area that we have already created. So that's where things will happen. Alright, so we go ahead, and I'm just accepting the default right now, and here I'll just type yes, and I'm accepting the defaults. The defaults works for me. That's cool. So now this it's just gonna go ahead and create this DevSD1, the hard disk, on that particular location, and then copy some few files. This will take again a minute or two, but yeah, we should be good to go from that point at least. Now for this one again, the defaults work for me, so I'll just hit enter, and now it's copying these files and the images from the CD-ROM to this space here that it has already created, which is cool. So this again is going to take a minute or two, then we should be good to go, right? So for this one also, I'll go with the defaults just by pressing enter. The defaults work for me, and now it's copying that file, and now here I will specify the wonderful password of weed123, and again I will go ahead and type that out, and now I will only default to the defaults by pressing enter, and now we are setting up the group so that our system is able to boot. Alright, so now once we've got that, what really needs to happen is we need to go into our system and disable and remove the hard disk. So we need to go into the system and disable that hard disk altogether. Not the hard disk, but rather meant this. We need to go into the system and take out the CD-ROM, the CD from the CD-ROM. Wow, if that makes sense. Okay, so to do that, I will just have to say, I need to shut down. This is reefer, right? This is reefer. Okay, so we will shut down reefer. That's cool. And now we want to start it, but this time around I'm going to start it while it's paused so that I can go ahead and pull the CD-ROM. So this is start, and then I'll say here should be paused. I need it to be paused. Okay. Alright. So now it's started, and now I'm just specifying the CD-ROM. I'm just detaching the CD-ROM from there, and as you can see, the CD-ROM has been detached, and now we can resume actual we can resume the system here. So we're going ahead to resume this. Alright, so now we should be okay to let's try to connect again with VNC, and this time if we connect with VNC, let me bring it down here. Alright, let's go ahead and log in. Okay, and I would specify the password of weed123. During installation we change this, and remember that warning has gone now since we have installed this. But to make sure of that, again I'll run the same command, show version, and show version, sorry for that. And now that should reveal like we are working on an image, and this is KVM and stuff like that, and we can see uptime and users who have logged on to the system. So at this stage we are very much okay to go ahead and do some more interesting stuff with Viata. So while I'm here, I will let's just go ahead and do show network, show interface Ethernet. Alright, so we will as we can see here, we have got these 4 interfaces, ETH0 to ETH3, but currently they have not been configured. So that's what we need to do now. let's go at least and give some IP address to these interfaces here. I'll just go ahead and say configure. So just do that. Now that I'm in here, I will do set interface Ethernet. We'll start with ETH0, and the address for this one is 192.168.10.3/24. Okay, so that's what I want on that particular interface. And then we will go ahead and set the IP address for ETH1 and up to 3. So this one will be and then from this I will do 10. This should be 10, right? This will be 10.10.0.1 and it's /24. Let's just confirm that. So I'll go back here and see what we have on bridge 1. Yes, 10.10.0. This is /24. Alright, so that's what we got there. This is for ETH. Yep. I will go ahead and put you on pause and finish these other two interfaces, and then we'll come back and do much more interesting stuff. I'm also setting the IP address for the loopback. It's actually a good practice to do that. So I will go ahead and do the address for the loopback, which I will set it to 1.1.1.1/32 /32 if I can find 32. Okay, so that's cool. Now we have set all the interfaces, the IP address in relation to this what we have here. So this is how we have configured previously. Okay, and if I do for instance, if I run this command here, look for reefer, you will notice like what we have configured here. If I can find the interface, this is controller interfaces here. You see we get this one is on bridge 2 and this one is on bridge 1, and yeah, this one was on which one? This one was on this was the bridge here, bridge 3. Okay, bridge 3, bridge 2, bridge 1, and bridge 0 there. So yeah, that one corresponds actually to the to these interfaces up here. So that's why I've put the IP address there, so in case you're just wondering what's happening here behind the scenes. And for the loopback, again, that's the loopback interface there. So yeah, as far as the labeling the interface is concerned, I can say we are pretty much good to go. But we need to do some other great stuff as well, like for instance, let's go ahead and set the system. Let's go ahead and set the system host name. Okay, now that we have labeled the whatever, the interfaces, so this host name here is going to be reefer. Alright, this is the host name, and we will go ahead and also do the domain. So set system domain name, this we want to be internal .labnet. And by the way, this goes for all the three routers that we will need to set up. They will all have the same domain name. Alright, and I will also go ahead and if I can set the services, set service SSH. Okay, and we need to set service DNS. Okay, I forgot the keyword there. no, not the service. We not set the service DNS, but we want to set system name server. Yeah, this is what we want to set. So this will be 192.168.10.10. Okay, in case you don't have a DNS within your environment, within your cloud, your local cloud, you can use the public cloud. 8.8.8 will do, or 4.2.2.2, that should be fine. There is a couple of DNS servers from Google that you can actually use for free. Alright, so we have set all of that, and we can let's go ahead and commit this. Let's just go ahead and commit this first, and then because there's a lot of changes that we have made, let's just go ahead and commit and then hit save. Now, in order for these changes to take effect, we need to go ahead and reboot. So I'll go ahead and reboot this box. So just go ahead and say reboot, and I'll hit yes, and yeah, and now we are rebooting. We'll see when it comes up. Okay, now the system is up. Let me just log in, and the password is read123. And again, as you can see, the name has instantly changed and all that. So let's just go ahead and do show interface Ethernet, and yeah, we see we've got the interfaces there and all that. So at this stage, let's just go ahead and try to SSH, because I remember we enable SSH on this box. So let's go ahead and SSH to it. It will make life much easier. So let's SSH as user Viata at let's do 10. Let's SSH through that interface 10.0.1. Okay. Alright, I'll accept that, and now I'll specify the beautiful password of read123, and yeah, we are in. Now from here, it's we will proceed with interesting things. Now I'll say let's just jump straight into configuring enable the LAN within our network environment. So we need to enable DHCP, that's what I meant, on our LAN within this environment. So to do that, I will have to enable the DHCP. Okay, we'll go straight to the configuration mode and set service DHCP. So this will mimic the LAN environment. Okay, shared network. For simplicity here, I will just go with LAN 1. That will be the name of this stuff here. So subnet, and the subnet that we want is 10.10.0.0/24. Right, and we want to start at 10.10.0.50. I'll say so. Okay, and we want also to stop providing this dynamic IP address at 10.10.0.200. That's it. That's where we want to stop, right? So I'll just go ahead and press enter, and then now I will also go ahead and configure the DNS. Remember, if you don't have the DNS within your environment, you can go ahead and use the freely available ones, like for instance from Google, the 4.2.2 or 8.8.8.8.8, stuff like that. But for me, I have DNS within my environment, which is a good thing to do within your environment, especially if you are running the cloud and clouds and stuff like that, and you are having fun doing that stuff. It makes things much more faster. Alright, rather than acquiring the public cloud or your ISP's DNS now and then whenever you go to the internet. Default route, we go with 10.10.0.1, right? So that's cool. So at this stage we should have DHCP already set up. That's very nice and very interesting. But now we have come to a point whereby we want our traffic to go out to the internet and to the rest of the cloud within the cloud. Now to do that, we need to go ahead and set the NAT source rules here, because by default there is a firewall that denies everything. So we need to adjust the settings here. I will start with rule number 10, and this will be for the outbound interface, which happens to be ETH0. That will be my outbound interface, and of course it is the outbound interface. Set. Now let's just do this rule 10. Now for the source here, we want to change this. The source that we want is the source address that we want is 10.10.0.0/24. This is the source address that we are allowing, and we are allowing for the translation to happen of masquerade. So we want it to be translation, that is translation. Translation, and address we want to be masquerade. So we want the address to be masqueraded. So that's it. Alright, and now that is for the 20, but if we say run show interface Ethernet, you will notice we have got a couple of networks here, like for instance the 30 network and the 20 network. Let's go ahead and do the same thing, because these guys, they will come up with this IP address, and if we don't do that, they will have issues going to the rest of the cloud, right? So let's just go ahead and jump right at it. So we set the outbound interface to be ETH0, but this time around I'm just changing this one from 10 to 20. Yep, from 10 to 20, that's okay. And the outbound interface again is that one, and we want also to set NAT source. Yeah, the address that we want to be translated is actual 20. So we do 20. Alright, and here we need to change this one to 20. Alright, so we do that, and now we need to specify the masquerade. Alright, so if I can just get the here, so this one, and this should be 20, right? Okay, that's cool. We are allowing that, and for the final round we go with 30. Alright, so I'll go with 30 now. Here, outbound interface, this should be 30. Alright, okay, 30 here, that's it. And then source address, that will be 1030. The number of ways you could have done this. I mean, this is just my weedy me of doing stuff, right? So yeah, let me do my thing. Alright, so we go with that, and now for the masquerade, here we do 30. Essentially there's too many ways you can do stuff, which is absolutely cool. Alright, so we got that stuff going on there, and at this stage we should be able to commit and save and proceed with interesting stuff again. So go ahead and hit commit, and I'll do a save. Alright, so we have done that. I want you to go ahead and do the same thing what I've done on this particular router, on this router reefer. Do the same setup on router 2 and 3, so that will look like this at the end of the day. You should be able to have something that looks like this. Okay, you have a router, you have a router, then you have a router. This is your assignment now. I want you to do this side up to this point where we have done the NATI translation and all that, and then you come back router 2 and router 3, because I won't show that to you. I will come back once all this is done and do routing. So we will do some dynamic routing. So what I want you to do is do the basic stuff, and what I mean by the basic stuff is exactly what I've done so far. Set up DHCP, set up NAT rules, then do some interfaces, label the interfaces, give them the IP address, set up some NAT rules, do some DHCP and stuff, for this particular LAN. So because we believe here there is a LAN here. See, this is what I want you to do now. You work on this router 2 and router 3. Do exactly what I've done there, because now we have the cloud there somewhere. So the cloud is already configured, this LAN is already configured, this part is already configured, I mean labeling the interface and all that. We also have the loopback set up. So go ahead, do the same stuff, router 2, router 3, then we come back and do much more interesting stuff. We have lots of interesting stuff to take care of, like for instance routing, dynamic routing, which is coming up next as soon as we finish this stuff here. Alright, now that everything should be you should be done with the configuration of all the 3 boxes as I've insisted earlier. Now we can go ahead and do some more configuration on the system. So I need to go ahead and configure the default route now. Okay, so I will do set. In fact, I'm not logged on to this box. Okay, restart session here, and I will do with 1 2 3, and I will do no, that's wrong user. Actually, it won't let me in. That's the wrong user. I just need to restart the session. That's the wrong user. I will do with, and the password of course is with 1 2 3. That's what I meant there. And I will ask you with 1 2 3. This is on my main box. Now from here, this is on our main box. Okay, now let's just do SSH to SSH is user viata at 10.10.0.1. Okay, this should let us in here. You specify the password of with 1 2 3, and now we are in. Okay, so once we're here, I'll just go straight to configuration. Alright, and set protocols. Okay, static route. Alright, so we will do anything. Alright, so that's 00 from anything. So everything else goes to next hop. IP address is 192.168.10.10. so that's it. Alright, we can just go ahead and do that, and then I will I need to commit, and I will need to save. Alright, so at this stage, if we do show protocols, static route. Yeah, we should be able to see that one there. Yeah, so yeah, the route is that, and the next hop IP address is that one there. At this stage I can say we are very much good to go. And now in order for us to advertise this, we need now to run the dynamic protocol so that we can advertise this default route through the dynamic protocol. So for the rest of the network we're gonna run the dynamic protocol, and that dynamic protocol is gonna be OSPF. Yeah, we're gonna start with OSPF. So let's do a run show interface Ethernet. We see that, and then let's do the loopback. Okay, we see that. Alright, so we have the information necessary to get us going with the configuration of OSPF. So I'll just start with set protocols. So I'll set protocols OSPF, and parameters. This will be a route ID, so it's a good idea to define the route ID. And in this case I'll use my loopback IP address, so I'll just go with 1.1.1. If I can type, okay, so 1.1.1.1, that will be my router ID. Okay, and then I will go ahead and set protocols. Alright, OSPF area, so we start with area 0. Okay, and everything I want to be on area 0, so I'll start with network. Alright, network. So let's do the loopback. Let's put the loopback onto the area 0. Okay, so the loopback is there on area 0, and then I will also do 10.10.0.0/24. that will also be on area 0, 10.10.0.0/24, that is. Okay, and also for 20. Alright, 20, that's gonna be on area 0, and 30 as well. So 30 as well is going to be on area 0. Okay, now what we need to do is distribute that default route. So we'll say IP OSPF protocol default information originate always. We always want to send this default route to the rest of the OSPF domain. Okay, so we have got the OSPF there going, and what we can do now, we can just say commit, and yeah, I'll save. This is just a basic, very basic OSPF configuration. Really, no, there is nothing of big funds there. There is no even authentication or anything. It's just a routing there. So if we do run show, we can do this from here. Show, we can do show protocols, show protocols, and yeah, we can see we have a router. We have OSPF is running here on area 0. Everything is on area 0, as you can see there, and we are actually sending the default route, and the route ID is that one, and here we have that static route is of ours. So we are good to go. Now I will jump on to route 2, that's OG gas, and do the same thing and see what's happening. So we go to set the router 2 was already configured with everything as I told you previously, so we should set protocols, OSPF parameters. Now we need to do the route ID. Always remember to do the route ID. So the route ID is 2.2.2.2. That's what I want my route ID to be. And I'll go ahead and set OSPF protocols. This time around I'll do the area. So area, actually before I do that, let's run show interface Ethernet, and we see that's what we have. And let's confirm the loopback if it's really on 2.2.2. yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so now I can set protocols OSPF area. Let's start with area 0.0.0.0. That's area 0. Network. Now we want everything on 10 dot this is OGGAS 10.20, everything on 10.20.0.0/24. that will be on that area, will be on area 0. Okay, and also everything on 10.40. okay, everything else on 10.40 will also be on area 0, plus the loopback interface, which is at 2.2.2.2. so the loopback interface is 2.2.2.2 slash 24. That will be on area 0. Okay, so 2.2 this is wrong, slash 32. so set protocol SPF area 0 network, that's 32, right? Oh, 42. Okay, is it me, is it the keyboard, is it the light? Haha, who knows. Alright, so we got that. Alright, that's cool. Okay, so we have got that going. Set protocol space area. Okay, so now we need to do the final one, which is area 1. Okay, and that is 50. 10.50 is on area 1. 10.50. so this is an area border router. 0.0/24. That's 23, rather 24. Okay, and that should be on not 0.0 but 1 here. This is area 1. Area 1. This is the way to specify area on a Viata router. So anyway, you got it. So there we go. So we should have this network on area 0, area 0, area 1, and area border has been born there. So we can just go ahead now and commit these changes here. Commit our setting, and then just go ahead and hit save. Now if we do show protocols, yeah, we see we have area 0 and area 1, and the route ID is that one. Now if I run show IP route, yeah, good enough. We are getting the default route, and we are getting this is an external route, of course, the default route that's coming in, and yeah, we are getting routes from area this is 1.1, which is reefer, that's fine, and this is 2, and this is 3, and yeah, we are getting all other routes and all the external routes as well. So that's cool. So we are receiving the external type 2 routes as well. So that's brilliant. So at this stage we have everything in place. I mean, everything is working fine. For now everything should be fine. So we can even we're getting the routes from that side, from the 6th. So if we can run ping of 4.2.2.2 for instance, to test the cloud connectivity, yes, of course we're getting out to the internet. That's awesome. Let's see if the name resolution really works. So go ahead and run a ping test. Let's try google.com just to test our name resolution here, and of course we can resolve and we can ping. Voila, everything is hunky-dory. So stuff are working here amazingly. Now essentially what happened is we have a PBX that is running on the land side of Reefer. So the Reefer and that PBX, we want it also to be accessible within the local within the 92 network. So what's happening now, the 92 network doesn't know about anything about the 10 network, and the 92 network is personal cloud stuff. So it's like you are ISP sort of. So we will need to run BGP to advertise the 10 network to the 192 stuff. So that is more like we mimic the ISP stuff. So I will go ahead and do the basic configuration, real very basic configuration of BGP. So to do that, I will go ahead and set protocols BGP. I will do 100 here. It's okay. You can choose any number you want. I'll go with neighbor. My neighbor is at 192.168 and 168.10.10. That's the neighbor. And remote AS for this particular neighbor. Okay, I need to confirm the remote. Okay, if I can get to the neighbor, that is, if I can get to the neighbor. Okay. Alright, the remote AS for the neighbor is 6,500. Alright, so that's what we have there for the neighbor. Okay, and now that we have the we need to do I need to set protocols again. BGP, I'll go with 100. The neighbor, okay, 192.168.10.2, right? No, the 10.10. This is the neighbor. Okay, and update source, we want to be the loopback interface. So it's going to be 1.1.1.1.1. okay, so that's it. And then yeah, we are very much good to go there. So the next thing that we need to really tell is to advertise that network. So we'll set the network BGP network 100 network. Now the network that we want to advertise out to the neighbor is 10.10.0.0/24. This is the network. And if there is any other network that you're interested in sending over to our cloud, you can just do the same thing here. So that's it. And then I will just go ahead and commit, and then hit save. Yep, so now we are done with that. So we can if we do show protocols, we will see now we also have some BGP stuff going on. We have the BGP, the terminus number there, the neighbor, and the network that we are advertising out to the neighbor. So that's pretty cool. So if we do a run show IP BGP BGP summary. Yeah, we are seeing things are happening, man. We can see the stuff there, and everything looks fine. So provided the other end is properly configured, then things should be fine. In fact, it's showing how I configure the other side. The cloud side is essential, not part of this. It's out of the scope. Where that's what I wanted to say. But you can see things should be okay. And from your side now, you should be able to at least ping the 1010 network. So you can try to go ahead and test to ping the 10. If I can bring my window here and test the outcome, you see we are able to ping the 1010 network. And I have some boxes that I need to, let me see if I can establish the connection to the 10 network. I need to start the PBX server at least, and one more box just to test the connectivity between these two guys. Okay, let's just do that quickly. Okay, let me start a couple few boxes that I have here. So I'll go ahead and we'll start I'll go ahead and start that particular box. Then I will also start, yes, that's right, yeah, start that one as well. Now I'll go back to Reefer here. Okay, then I will do run show DHCP server lease, just to check out. Okay, the box should, that's still starting probably. Not yet. Let's do 2.2. That brings this box, but I did not want to connect to this one. What I wanted to do was connect to let's see, yep, if I can test now, we're on the Reefer. Okay, now we see like Ubuntu one has got this IP address, and this is the box. Well, this is the Ubuntu box. Okay, now it has got that IP address. I should be able to reach this IP address from my console now, from my physical box that I'm using to record. I should be able to reach those boxes. So that is on 53, right? Let's just try to ping that box first on 53, and sure enough we can ping that one. And what about 51? Because 51, yeah, sure enough we can also ping, we can ping the both boxes. So if we go ahead and start a new session here, go ahead. Alright, now to get us popping, let's just jump into it. Now you can see this is the free PBX again that we have it, and it's actually virtualized, so it's virtual on physical now. Alright, this box is virtualized, but now we have contact to it through the routing that we did. And if I can just come back and show you exactly what
what's happening here is again we see we have this routings here. You see that this router has learned this all routing there, and we we're doing BGP. You see, we are getting the BGP routing as well. And in fact, this is a loopback IP address from our ISP, that is the cloud on cloud. And if I can get to that box which is on cloud, it's essential a Debian box. It's this one. This is it. It's not that. It's this one here. It's this one here, right here. This is Debian box. Essentially, it's running Quagga. If I do uh, and do show IP route. Oh, see, yeah, see, it's running Quagga, and we get to also to see the 10 network now, right? This is the 10 network, and it's been delivered here via BGP. So we are learning this 10 network through BGP, and that's what's up, and that's why we are able to, to get contact to that end there. And we had to open the Ubuntu box. There's also an Ubuntu box here, right here, which is actual, yeah, it's also getting the DHCP IP address from that end, from that LAN over there, and things are happening. You can see the IP address being 53, and if I bring the reefer and we confirm few stuff here, and if I can connect to reefer, and let's see, reefer was on there. If I 1 2 3, if I get into there, so yeah, we see we are on reefer, and here if I do show DHCP server lease, uh, you will see again these IP address actually they're coming out from this DHCP server. Remember, we did configure DHCP server, so it has list 51, which is for the PBX, the free PBX, the starest box, that is running the free PBX GUI. That's okay. And then we have this 1.53, which is a Ubuntu box, which is essentially this one that I'm sitting on. This is a Ubuntu box. If I can just do let me SU here, SU, rather do that with 1 2 3, and let's try to ping, for instance, anything on the outside world on the main cloud. Yeah, and we see definitely we can ping. This is a DNS, Google's DNS IP address. We can ping that, and let's try to ping Google itself and see what happens, see if the resolution works from the client point of view. And we see definitely the resolution is working, the IP address has been translated there, and the pings are coming back as we were expecting. So everything really works fine here. And as far as routing is concerned and all that, again, you just need to go ahead now and secure your routings, especially the OSPF one. Just go ahead and put some password onto it and stuff like that. But otherwise, things are brilliant here. They're okay. Now let's test the PBX. I mean, I'm not gonna go ahead and do the full-blown PBX setup. We just wanna go ahead and at least get our soft phone connected. So it's just the basic setup of and I believe I already did this on the background. Let me just log on. I'll log in as admin, and the password again is weed123. I should have at least an extension already set up that we can actually test for the okay. Let's just go ahead and go straight to the I might do some, I love playing around with the StarX, man. This is, I think, one of the best communication software suite out there. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, it's interesting. It's one of the best communication software find out there, man. It's okay. I really love playing around with it. And if I do get time in the future, we'll do some videos, man. And if there's a demand, actually, I mean, you just holler and let me know, man. I will do it definitely. I would love to do the Asterisk stuff, man. It's awesome. It's amazing stuff. I'm just looking at the settings now of this particular extension so that I can try to connect to it from my physical computer onto that virtual, what is it called, virtual PBX, I should say. Okay, so wait a minute, this one was connected. I think this is from some previous session. Let's just see what's happening. If I can get to my, it's not even there, it's not starting. uh, Alright, let's see if I can register. I was actually logged on to a different PBX and stuff, so I got lots of stuff going on within my network, man. I'm telling you, I'm sitting on clouds and clouds and clouds and clouds. Alright, so let's go ahead and put these settings here, just to drive it home. We're gonna do some configuration here on this zip client here. Again, this is Xlite, by the way. It's a free version which you can download on the internet, but there's you can also purchase there's a commercial version of it, which is absolutely awesome. And there's a plenty of other soft phone which they are actually for free. You can just download them and utilize them within your environment, whether you are on FreeBSD, Unix, Windows, and whatever. I mean, I just opt to choose this one for this particular demonstrations, but nothing of big deal there. So the extension here we know for sure is 6000. Right, I will just leave the username to the same number there. I mean, there's nothing fancy I want to do. I'm just want to try to drive home. This is the secret there, so I'll just do that secret there. So for user 1, alright, so then here I'll just do the 6000 stuff here. Alright, and then for the domain, again, this is not even a good idea because it's coming from DHCP. It should have been at least on on static IP. It makes more sense, but since we're just testing for purpose of this demonstration here, it should be alright. So we'll go with that, and yeah, voila. So yeah, we are registered there. That's okay. So we have been able to register there. Things looks brilliant, right? So yeah, this proves that things are working. I mean, the routing and everything else is just awesome. Things are just happening, as you can see there. Let's just go ahead and try to log on to the PBX now, and just confirm what the PBX knows and what they can see from the PBX point of view now. Right, so the PBX, again, we know it's using that dynamic IP address of 51 on 10 network, that is on 1010 network. I'll go ahead and yeah, log on quickly here. So the username is root, I'll log in as root, and the password is weed123. As you can see, this is a CentOS box, of course, with StarX running on it with a free PBX GUI. That's what's up. I don't have even the host name changed, all that. There's no configuration really has been done onto this particular box, but that's alright. So I'll go ahead and do a StarX, and I will connect with verbosity turn on. Alright, so once I'm in here, I will just say zip show peers, and then yeah, it gets back like, okay, so this has been already connected and everything looks fine. So yeah, this is my IP address on my physical box, which actually I'm using for recording as well. It's the one that we have authenticated with this X client is authenticated there. So everything looks brilliant, looks fine, and it shows that the X client is coming from this particular IP address, and things are hunky-dory. Alright, so yeah, I hope this has been informative to you, and I'd like to thank you for watching.